Hello, I'm Ross, aka the Clueless Assassin, and welcome to a guide to Call of Duty. Today I'm going to be showing you the different types of weapons and perk sets that can suit different play styles. But as you can see, I'm on Call of Duty Ghosts here. If you're not on Call of Duty Ghosts, don't click away now. This applies for everything. It's a general thing. So go into your create a class or create a soldier or whatever the hell it's called on whatever game you're playing, and just free up a slot or a loadout. So this one's already got stuff in. So there's two different types of guns, or three really. So it's not like the assault rifles or the submachine guns. No, it's something a bit more broad than that. It's not different types of weapons, but they are different. This is gonna confuse the hell out of you. Okay, so there's the guns with low damage and a higher fire rate, and then there's the and then there's guns with a high damage and a low fire rate. There's a difference there. And then there's guns that don't even fit the rule altogether, and they're 3-round burst, semi-automatic shotguns or sniper rifles. Oh, my chair's squeaking. Them guns don't fit the rule. They have a high damage, and some of these, and this one that I'm looking at here, does have a high rate of fire. So let's get started. First of all, you need to know what type of gun you have, what style of weapon you're good with. Or you prefer. I prefer the low damage, high fire rate. So I'm not going to use assault rifles because in this game, SMGs are overpowered, and it's the same with Black Ops 2. So this has a higher fire rate than it does damage, therefore it's a high fire rate, low damage weapon, despite the fact that it does have a high damage. It's not as severe as the Vetba, that's got an extremely high fire rate and an extremely low damage, and things like this. But I'm going to use the Vector, so put the Vector on. So first of all, I'm just going to take that 3 perk thing off. So what you want to do is, if you don't like the iron sight, put a red dot sight on it by all means. You can't go wrong with that. But the second thing, you need a silencer, because not showing up on the map is a really, really big thing. So if you're having trouble with people coming up behind you, put a suppressor on. The next thing is the kick. If the gun's going up or the stability's not very good, you probably want to put a grip on it. And if it's not killing quick enough, you could put rapid fire on to increase the fire rate, but then that might turn up problems with the kick. If you run out of bullets before you can kill someone, extended mags. But I'm going to go grip because this gun does have a bit of a kick to it over range. Next is secondary. I normally go with none to get more points for your perks. The reason I'm behind this is they're not useful in the slightest. Really minimalistic things, so I would say none. Unless you've got a class where you want to shoot things down, like enemy kill streaks, then by all means put like a launcher on. And the same goes for lethal and tactical grenades. They're not really useful, so it's going to jump straight into the perks. The perks are kind of the same across all the Call of Duty games. It's just they're called different things. So for instance, focus on Black Ops 2 is called toughness. In Stalker, I'm not even sure if it's even in the game, but yeah. So I'm just going to take these off, to put them right back on. I just need to explain them first. So, ready up. Weapon is ready faster after sprinting. That's useful. And that means you're going to get your aim down sight so you don't have to hip fire, and you'll win more gun battles that way. Sleight of hand is you reload faster so you don't get caught reloading. That's self-explanatory. The next thing is focus, because it reduces the flinch when you're hit. The sway is not really a thing that'll bother you much unless you're a sniper. And then, well, there we are, perfect perk. So, focus. Next is stalker, because you want increased, I've completely forgot the word. You want increased strafe speed, so you can, well, it is to essentially dodge bullets, and it works to a degree. I mean, you can't like bend around them, but you can dodge a few, and you can win a gun battle. But if you're not used to it, it takes a little while to get used to, because your gun speed isn't, well, movement speed whilst aiming is quicker. So there we are. Now we've got 3 perk points left. So you could go for ready up, which allows you to reload while sprinting, which is a good thing. But the first thing you want to do is get dead silence, and this is a must on any game, because if enemies can hear you and know where you are, the chances are you're gonna die. So dead silence. And then we've got 1 perk point left. Now, if you don't like the look of any other of the perks, go and choose a secondary or a lethal or a tactical. Or all the other perks are going to come into the kill streaks, which is specialist. So the next thing we're going to do is go up here. Now, lethal's frag grenade always just, the 7x is useless, because if you miss through it, it sticks, and you've lost the thing. That rolls a little bit, and it's got some degree of, you can bend it to some degree. The 9 bang, or essentially the EMP, is the one to choose in this category, because smoke does nothing. Well, it creates a smoke screen, and it's not ideal, because they can't see, but neither can you. Concussion, it slows the enemies down if you want it, and that just completely blinds them as well. I know the EMP doesn't on other games. The EMP just turns all the electronics off, which is, it's an inconvenience for them, so that's why I'm going to choose it. I'm actually going to have to buy it here, so there we are, 9 bang. Okay, so now we're going to get into kill streaks. Assault, support, and specialist. I think this is the same in pretty much all the newer Call of Duties. Assault and support are, they're good, but they're not quite the specialist. So I would always say specialist if you're someone who wants to go for big kill streaks and actually like play the game instead of doing things like quick scope and a run around with shotguns. And the first thing you want to do, since as you notice on the class, I do not have anything to regenerate ammo, the first thing is Stalker. The second thing is, you'll notice it's an SMG, so I'm inclined to go and say steady aim to increase your hipfire accuracy. It's useful in case you can't get to your iron sights in time to kill someone. And the last one's really your own preference. You could go with quick draw, faster aiming, or you could go with hardline or things like that, so you can get to your key quicker. But it's not really, it's just one of them things. I like to go incog, so you've got no name or red crosshair, so it's harder for people to see you. It's kind of a perk that you'll get like grief for, but I mean, they're still dead at the end of the day. This chair's really squeaking. Camos do nothing to the gun, so that's pretty self-explanatory. If it's took you, what, Call of Duty 4, and this is now, what, Call of Duty 10, 11? If it's took you like 6 to 7 Call of Duties to figure that out, there's something seriously wrong with you. So, that's the basics of the sets. In the strike package, or the kill streaks, so don't be afraid to go support. It is good. I don't know why you'd be afraid to do it. It's the easiest one to choose. And if you're new to the game, choose that one. It'll get you in the curve of the game. But assault kill streaks, leave them alone until you've played it for a while and you know what you're doing. Because despite the fact them being useful, they can kill things, I don't believe they counter your score streaks. And also, if you die at one off them by someone in an unfortunate position, it really, 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 really pisses you off. So specialist is the choice that doesn't make me rage, so that's the choice I'm going with. So that's the sets for Call of Duty. But the different types of guns which you've got to learn how to, which you've got to choose is between the first one is a gun with high damage and low firepower. The second one is a gun with low damage and a fast rate of, I think I fucked that up. The first one is high damage, low fire rate. The second one is low damage, high. I think I've just repeated myself. Hold on a minute. The first one is high damage, low rate of fire. The second one is low damage, high rate of fire. And the third one's other, which consists of 3-round bursts, semi-automatic rifles, you name it. One thing I have noticed is, if you're good with one of them types of weapons, you're normally not good with the others, or you can't use them correctly and you end up dying and losing gunfights. And that's something I've noticed. I prefer the low damage, high rate of fire. I know this is a very well-rounded gun. I mean, in the stats, it's got pretty much all a straight line. And that's, they are the best weapons in the game. If it's got like consistent stats, it's normally a good gun. Because it's not going to bounce much and it's consistent. It's a bit like that one there. That's also a really consistent gun. And I'm aware this is for Call of Duty. I'm aware I'm playing Call of Duty Ghosts, so some of the guns on the other games will be similar but not exact. You're just going to have to choose them guns by looking at the stats. And yeah, that's it. So if you enjoyed, please like, comment and subscribe for more content, and I'll see you later.